In the heart of Gokul, where every corner is filled with devotion, there lived a little boy who was both a source of joy and trouble. His eyes sparkled with mischief, and his smile could melt even the angriest hearts. But among all his playful tricks, one habit stood above the rest: his love for butter. This is the story of Krishna, the beloved Makhan Chor, whose leelas continue to enchant devotees even today, a beautiful sunrise over Gokul, with the sound of birds and cows in the background. Krishna peeking from behind a tree, watching the gopis, village women, churn butter. Villagers placing freshly made butter in clay pots, hanging them high on the ceiling. Krishna whispering to his friends, eyes gleaming with excitement. The Butter Heist begins. Krishna and his friends, Gopas, gather for their daily adventure. "Are you ready for today's mission?" Krishna says, grinning mischievously. The boys form a human pyramid, struggling to reach the hanging pots. Just as Krishna dips his hand into the pot, a cow moos loudly, startling them. They freeze, looking around to check if they've been caught. Hearing nothing, they giggle and continue their feast. Krishna feeds the monkeys, smears butter on his face, and even playfully offers some to a calf. Suddenly, a gopi peeks into the house and gasps, "The thieves! I caught them!" Krishna and his friends scatter in all directions, laughing as they escape. The village women complain. The gopis gather in anger, holding empty butter pots as evidence. "This Makhan Chor is becoming unstoppable," one woman exclaims. "We churn butter all morning, and by noon it's gone," another adds. "We must go to Yashoda. She must see what her little Krishna is up to." The group of women march to Yashoda's house, determined to get justice. Yashoda listens, shaking her head, amused, but also slightly concerned. She promises to catch Krishna red-handed. Yashoda's clever trap. Yashoda pretends to leave home, but hides behind the door, waiting for Krishna. Krishna tiptoes inside, eyes fixed on a fresh pot of butter hanging from the ceiling. He climbs up, stretches his hand, and just as he takes a bite, "Krishna!" Yashoda pounces on him, hands on her hips. "What are you doing, my son?" Krishna, with wide, innocent eyes, quickly thinks of an excuse. "Maya! I wasn't eating butter. The monkeys! They were the ones who did it!" The monkeys in the room chatter loudly, as if protesting Krishna's false blame. Yashoda crosses her arms, unimpressed by Krishna's excuses. "Krishna's innocent defense!" "But Maya, didn't you say we must share food? So I was just sharing with the monkeys," Krishna argues cutely. The gopis shake their heads. "Yashoda, your son is too smart for us all." Krishna looks at Yashoda with puppy eyes, trying to melt her heart. "Maya, you love me, right?" Yashoda pretends to be angry, but she can't resist his adorable charm. She sighs. "What should I do with you, my naughty boy?" She ruffles his hair, her anger completely gone. The ultimate punishment. Yashoda decides to tie Krishna to a wooden grinding stone as punishment. As she wraps the rope around him, it keeps falling short. She tries again and again, but somehow, no matter how much rope she brings, it remains just a little short. Exhausted, she finally ties it tightly and shakes her head in disbelief. Krishna smiles mischievously, knowing his divine powers are at play. The miracle of twin trees. Krishna, still tied to the grinding stone, crawls towards two large trees. Suddenly, the stone starts moving on its own, dragging behind him. The villagers watch in shock. How is he pulling it? He's just a child. As Krishna passes between the two ancient trees, a loud crack echoes through the village. The trees collapse with a mighty crash, sending dust flying everywhere. From the fallen trees emerge two celestial beings, freed from a long-standing curse. They bow to Krishna, their faces filled with gratitude. "O Lord, you have liberated us from this form. We are forever in your debt." The villagers stand in awe, realizing that this playful Makhan Chor is no ordinary child. Thus, the little butter thief of Gokul continued his playful leelas, spreading joy, devotion, and love. But little did the villagers know, their mischievous Krishna was none other than the Supreme Lord himself. If you loved Krishna's naughty stories, type Jai Shree Krishna in the comments. Subscribe for more divine stories from Divine Katha.